Hello, everybody. Everybody, this is Nicholas Tannick. Oh my God, it's Nicholas Tannick, and I'm here. It's YKF weekends, and this is your say is sensual. Health is a lifestyle. Don't judge. Don't judge. Not fully judge. Now we have a okay. This today's show is a mix of Bex from actually we're gonna have a guest, Catnip Boy from the Manor from Mischief Manor is sick, cannot make it. So unfortunately, the de-escalation show of the dungeon may be postponed. We could talk about it a little bit, but we have a mission, kinky people. We have to name this puppy, Miztress Claudia. The legendary Miztress Claudia. The dominatrix with a heart of gold. Oh my God. This is beauty of kink culture. She has a puppy. We must name it. Please, Mistress Claudia, please show us this puppy and tell us all.
So this little puppy is rescued. She came to me very, very sick. Today is 115 degrees. It's really hot. That's why I'm so sweaty. I was outside all day. But this little puppy was dying when I got her. Out here in Arizona, we have a lot of sickness that people don't realize. We have parvo. We're like one of the top places where your puppies and dogs can get parvo because people don't vaccinate their dogs. They get all sorts of things from the dirt and the ground. And this little puppy, want to say hi? This little puppy wasn't very sick, but now she's doing better. She's going to make it, but she doesn't have a name. So we have to name her. Say hi. Say hi.
This is adorable. Oh my
Isn't
God.
she so cute? Come here, Ruby. Come on camera. My other dog wants to say hi. Come here.
Okay, I'm going to get out.
Come here. It's a good girl. Come on. Say hi. This is Ruby. And then this is No Name, so she has to have a name. Say hi.
Okay, Ruby and No Name. I kind of like No Name as a name. That's kind of cool, but we could do better. All right. So, do you want a kinky name?
No, she's a puppy.
Okay, she's a puppy. Okay. Well, I mean, you could be like, you could be like, you can call it Garter. Hey Garter, hey Garter, come here. You're not gonna call it dildo.
What else do
All
we
right, so
call it?
do you like calling animals like other names? Like, for example, Miss Melissa, who I lived with, who I'm writing about, who edited my books. She was a veterinarian, a vet tech, and she would have all these
cool.
animals, but she would name them other animals. So she had a dog, a pug, and she'd call it Bear, right?
Oh, okay.
So we could name that. So we could we can call it Bear or call it Grizzly or another animal.
She's not a grizzly.
No, of course not. But then you can name it after famous people, right? You can name it after famous people.
Can are people able to give suggestions over the internet?
Stan Vladimir says originally I was going to say Nicholas, however, but it's a she, so Nikita.
Nikita.
La Femme Nikita.
That's a good one, Stan.
That's a good one, Stan. Nikita.
That
All right,
is.
I'm writing that one down. All right, this is a good episode. Name this dog. What are you going with? Do you have one that you're partial to right now?
No, I haven't even thought about naming her because originally, so a lot of puppies, that I get in are so sick that, people wait until it's too late for them to recover. This one was really sick. And I just think, I don't know. Anyways, she's going to make it though.
Okay, so there's a lot of people in the kink community, a lot of friends of mine at the Manor too, who go to shelters and they nurse animals back to health. A friend of mine lost 2 cats And she was really
Oh.
trying hard too. So I think it was a litter of like 4 or 5, and it just lost 2 cats right before I saw her. She was devastated. I think it was maybe 3 actually. Please forgive me.
Oh.
But it's a devastating kind of loss, right?
It is. It
Um,
is.
but let's talk about the positive. So when you find a sick animal, what's the first thing you do?
I've been doing it for a while, so obviously the first thing I would do is take it to the vet, just because. But the problem out here is that there's so many few vets, and it a lot of people out here don't have the income to. Everyone's like, don't get a pet then. Well, not everyone. I don't know. It's hard because a lot of people can't afford the vet anymore, and vets are very expensive. So
Yeah.
if I can't figure it out on my own, I definitely bring them to the vet. But then I'm so used to, like, we have parvo a lot, and if people don't know what parvo is, it kills puppies. And so this little kid came to me with the symptoms of parvo. um I have all the medications and the IV fluids, so I immediately start treating them for parvo. So she's doing good.
And what
She's
is
cute, huh?
parvo? She's adorable. She's so
Parvo
adorable.
Parvo is like a gastrointestinal thing. My vet would tell you it's like taking a pipe cleaner and cleaning out your intestines with a pipe cleaner. It's super painful, and it's terrible. The mortality rate of puppies without treatment is like 90%.
Oh
So
my god! And how can you tell if a puppy has this?
I'm so used to it because I deal with hundreds of animals, so I can smell it. Um,
Really?
yeah, they have, not to be gross, but I mean, I'm sure everyone knows about poop, but they have really like terrible smelling, like metallic-y, bloody diarrhea.
Oh,
Um,
God.
and they actually pass away of dehydration.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this little kid will be okay. Huh? Which is a little kid.
It's
So
because of
cute.
people like you. See, this is. I love that
Well,
this is happening.
the other thing is a lot of especially like for me, if it wasn't for the people that came and met with me, um all the proceeds from any donations I get, for um my work sessions, probably 98% go to the animals.
Yeah.
Of course I have bills, like car payments and stuff like that, but every penny I make goes to the animals. So anyone who comes and sees me is supporting a great cause, which is awesome. Huh.
King helps kick. Stan Vladimir says yesterday went out to feed the stray cats and found 2 new little kittens and gave them food as well.
Oh,
Oh.
Stan, you're wonderful. Where are you again? What country?
Stan, I believe Stan is in Bulgaria, Romania,
Bulgaria.
Bulgaria. Yeah. He'll pop in the link. He's there. Say hi, Stan. He says kinky people helps animals. And Sestra, oh, our very good friend Sestra. I made it on time. Hi, puppy. Okay. So this is not a formal thing because we're gonna do a de-escalation show. This is not that. But
Well, we're gonna do
that
that next week.
next week, yes. Bex just Catnip just said, he's
When
gonna.
catnip feels better.
Yeah, yeah, catnip feels better. Yeah, and that's what it's all about. Kink house. So let me ask you this: there are people out there, kinky people out there, listening to this, love animals. What's the proper way to do it? Because I know a lot of people, they go to shelters and their heart's in the right place. Their heart's in the right. And that's important, but maybe the execution of their plan is not. How can we help with that? So if someone wants to help out, what is the proper way to do it?
I think that anything at all is helping. If you help your local shelter, if you volunteer, if you donate towels, if you want to foster an animal, you have to remember, if you get an animal from the shelter, they need time to decompress. So what you're seeing in the shelter, don't ever judge them, because they need time to decompress. Imagine if you were in prison and you were just let out of prison after being in prison for 5 years. You're going to be like, what the heck? And that's kind of like, the animals need time to adjust. So you just have to be patient. But supporting your local rescues and shelters, especially the small ones that don't get funding, is really the nicest thing you can do. The smaller organizations don't have CEOs or whatever that make $400,000 a year. They have unpaid staff, unpaid volunteers, and their heart is 100% for the animals. So there's a
you're freezing up. You're back. Oh, sorry. Stan Vladimir says, I'm from Bulgaria. So yes, Stan is from Bulgaria. Now, all right, so we have the name. We have Nikita. We have what else? Oh my god, what kind of dog is it? What kind of dog is it, Claudia? Can you hear me?
Yeah. If you can believe this, it's because of lack of nutrition and lack of care. This is actually a golden retriever. It's like a microscopic golden retriever. You're a microscopic golden retriever.
A microscopic.
It's this golden retriever, for its age, is probably maybe more than 75% smaller of any golden retriever I've experienced.
I asked Grok, and I do not support Grok. I am doing this for cultural. It's AI. It's AI run by X by Twitter. I'm doing this for a cultural art piece. This is to show what they're telling me society is telling us. That's why I'm doing this. That's why.
I like.
So I plugged into Grok. Name of a very tiny golden retriever puppy, and it came back Tinkerbell. Would you name it Tinkerbell? Yeah, right.
I think that's too long.
Yeah.
When you want to train a dog or call a dog, if usually a 2-syllable name is the best.
2-syllable name is best. Okay.
Yeah.
Nikki's
not bad.
Nikki. Therefore, it's because Nikki's female too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nikki Graziano and Daddy Delilah, right? What else? There's that's a beautiful dog. Oh my god, it's looking right at the camera.
Isn't it so cute? It's so cute. Yeah.
All right, people, we need names. What about what's your favorite food?
Mine?
Yeah.
I'm a vegetarian, so
okay.
I eat a lot of like ethnic foods, like Indian food and Ethiopian food and stuff like that.
You can call them samosa. That's not a bad name.
That's 3 syllables.
Yeah, Sammy. Sammy for short.
Yeah.
Sammy for short. All right, Stan Vladimir says Sarah, Nico, Daisy, and Ridley.
I like Daisy.
Or Simon. We can't do Simon, but Daisy's nice. Daisy fits. Daisy.
That's cute.
Daisy, the Dominatrix's dog.
Name.
And the alliteration, Daisy the Dominatrix's dog.
I was thinking, wouldn't it be funny if I did a show that was called The Doggy Dominatrix, and that's how I promoted my rescue? But I think people would be a little weirded out if they showed up to adopt a dog and I was in latex.
No, they would be weirded out if you didn't show up. If you like promoted yourself that way and then they showed up and you were just like in like sweatpants and like a t-shirt, you're like, hey, all filled with filth all over your face. You're like, hey, what's up?
That's how I am now.
I know.
It's
And you're like,
it's 115 degrees right now.
yeah. Why aren't you wearing your corset, your leather corset?
Yeah, right.
Oh, Stan Vladimir says Simone. Simone, that's cool.
Simone's cool.
Daisy, Simone. All right, so let's see what we got. We got Nikita, Daisy, Simone, Nico. I don't think you're gonna name your. I love Nico Noir, but do you want your dog named Nico Noir?
No, I wouldn't. No, because Nico's so beautiful. I wouldn't name her. I name a dog after.
That's very sweet of you. Daisy, Ridley, as in Ridley Scott. Stan, do you like Ridley?
I like Daisy.
Daisy. Okay, so
So
we got
far.
Nikita,
Yeah.
Nikita, Daisy, and Simone. Those are the
I still
ones.
like Daisy.
Let's go, Daisy. So far we got with Daisy. All right. All right. I've got a question. Here's are some questions that I was going to ask. I'm testing on the interviews. You want to go through some of them? And I asked you a couple of them. If you were going to be a meal as a dominatrix to describe your style, what would be your dominatrix style? Described as a meal.
I keep thinking
Kind of
I'm gonna be fish and chips with extra tartar sauce, because everywhere you go it's different, and all of my sessions are so different. You know.
That's true.
Um.
And they leave stuff behind on the plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The aftermath.
Yeah. If what were some of the other? Yeah. All right, we're gonna wind it up. Please, everybody, stay tuned. Stay tuned for next week. Catnip from Mischief Man is going to show up. I'm going to try to get some people. I want to get people from. It's Father's Day, so a lot of people couldn't show up.
Oh yeah.
But happy Father's Day, everybody. And seriously, doesn't matter if you're not a father or not. You are the father of inspiration. You are the father of your own future. So treat your sons and daughters well, which is your time. Basically, and kink helps kink. Please, I'm going to take myself out. Miztress Claudia, please talk about animals and how they could. Please promote yourself, but also promote any way they promote animals.
If anyone is an animal lover that is watching this, there's so many ways you can help in your community. I don't know if there's so many unwanted animals that are abandoned in the desert, and there's always ways to help. Help at your local shelter, volunteer, even offer to do transporting, donate dog food, donate cat food. There's always ways to help. If you can't foster or adopt a pet, you could always, just call and ask how you can help, and you'll help save a life, like little Daisy. Oh, little Daisy, so cute.
Hey, little Daisy. Thank you so much, Miztress Claudia. Thank you for keeping that kindness alive. Seriously, thank you for keeping that kindness alive.
I'm only nice to animals. I'm only nice to animals and puppies. That's it.
That makes me wonder. Also, are you nicer to the pups and the puppy when you do puppy play?
No.
Are you nicer to them than the humans?
No, it's so hard for me because I have to be a stern dog trainer or a stern horse trainer, or and I'm not really like that in real life. I'm like, yeah. So awesome. It is hard, but I don't mind using shock collars on only human.
Yes.
I only use positive reinforcement training. So I'm only a positive reinforcement dog trainer. That's it. I don't use shock collars. I don't use prong collars. Nothing like that. I only train using positive reinforcement. I do not use positive reinforcement on human animals.
And you know what? We were just about to leave, and guess who just stopped in? Anna Valentina, the Bussy Boss, just stopped in. This is a
Hey,
Oh.
hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good.
yes.
Yeah, sorry I'm so late. I am winging it, Nick Tannick style. I'm winging it from my friend's iPad in the guest room today. So I'm on my not my usual, only slightly more sophisticated setup.
Well, we have a different show today. Catnip from the Manor couldn't make it. He's very sick. So
Ah.
we're going to do the de-escalation show next week. So Miztress Claudia has a puppy, and we're going to look for a
Yes,
name.
do. Oh my
It's a
god.
nameless puppy. It's a no-name puppy. So the names that we have
Sophia named it Daisy. I
are
chose.
Nikita, Daisy. She chose a Daisy. That was the one
I
we
think
decided on.
Daisy's cute.
Yes. Daisy the Dominatrix is a dog.
That is adorable. Yes.
So do you have any animal stories or stories about maybe puppy subs that you treat them differently than your human subs?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah, I've had a few puppies. And a pony who actually until basically early this year, he was with me for like about 13 years. And that was interesting, yeah, because I inherited him from a friend of mine, and he'd been with her for a long time, and she handed him off to me when she moved out of the country actually, and so yeah, he served me faithfully for like years and years, like once a month or so. Like I actually posted about this on Instagram, like during pandemic lockdown, he came by one time just with some tribute, was like, I've been thinking about you. I know this is really hitting, mistresses everywhere, and I want to make sure you're okay. So he just dropped off some money to, make sure that I was okay. And that was really, it was really interesting. It's interesting playing with oh my god. Okay, the rest of the show, let's just focus on the puppy. Let's just do what's important here. Like whatever we're doing, we can do next week. Oh my god.
Isn't it the cutest little thing? I was giving Stan a virtual hug while Daisy was hugging Stan.
Oh my god. Okay, that's it. That's world peace right there. That is how we got everybody to just like get along. That is the cutest goddamn thing I've ever seen. Oh my god.
Isn't it? Yeah, this is how I balance my life.
No kidding. Oh my god.
I spend all my personal time hanging out with little puppies that like to poop everywhere. Huh? You like to poop everywhere?
That is the cutest fucking thing. Oh my god. Oh.
What is sending? Oh, Stan, I sent you a virtual. Well, Daisy sent you a virtual hug.
Yeah.
This is
Are
beautiful.
you-
This is so beautiful.
Where?
Wait for a second. Okay.
Puppies and kittens are the best aftercare for kinky people. So.
It's so true.
Claudia, freeze?
Oh god.
I think Claudia may have frozen.
Oh, how old is her puppy? And what's how? Oh no,
it's brand new. It's brand new. Yeah. So she should be coming back soon. It's brand new, and it's a micro puppy. It had some kind of disease. We have to.
Oh my god!
I got to watch the show because there's a lot to unpack, right? But yeah,
you gotta watch your own show.
And
yeah.
She's amazing. Absolutely amazing. But we have a question.
Yeah.
Because I'm shooting from the hip because I had because Catnip couldn't make it.
Oh.
But oh wait. Oh
yeah, I was kind of dragging today too. Allergies are so, like everything on me is just like puffed to like twice its usual size. Anyway, clean my ego.
So
just kidding.
If you were gonna be a meal, if you were gonna describe your dominatrix style, right?
Yeah.
Meal, what meal would you be?
It's funny. Erin has, your assistant has the answer to that. For one thing, her name for me is the jalapeno cupcake. I seem so sweet, and then you take a bite, and it's like, oh shit. But
That's funny.
yeah,
You're the jalapeno cupcake.
Jalapeno cupcake, yeah. I would say I'm definitely and I think this is and I do love to cook, so this is definitely part of, my culinary style is, great fundamentals, great fundamentals, some polish, but not, not too much pretentiousness or, getting too much lost in concept. I know I talk about concept a lot and everything, but I would say, honestly, something like a, if I were doing oh gosh, it's hard to, because I'm definitely an omnivore in food and in life. So I would say something like a perfectly cooked ribeye steak, and some carefully chosen sides, just simple, really well done. Something is fresh and healthy and in season and whatever, but just good solid, nourishing, surprising a little bit amount of spice in there somewhere, but something that I would say honestly, I don't say meat and potatoes, but it is kind of, and maybe some okay, you know what? I got an answer for you. Okay. Really good beef, Korean style, with some a whole bunch of Korean banchan, pickled vegetables, little salads, little potato salad, little cucumbers and stuff like that. So healthy, but kind of also decadent and just really perfectly done. Not super fancy, just really, really well, well thought out and well chosen and well executed. That's definitely my, I like to relax. I can relax because I've got my fundamentals down, so I just like to kind of relax and have fun. So yeah, like that. I know one time you asked me, Nick, recommending a meal or something, and I was like, oh, prime rib roast, and you were like, oh, I can't do that right now, and I was like, okay, because you're watching your cholesterol or something, and I was like, oh no, I feel bad. I have to think of something that's much more approachable or healthy or something like that. But that's definitely, and I'm getting off on a tangent here, but yeah, it's honestly.
What about drink? Stan Vladimir, what kind of drink would you be?
What kind of drink would I be? Shit. A Negroni. I had to kind of answer in terms of what are my favorites, really perfectly well done, not well cooked, but not past medium, but yeah, really perfectly cooked food and a drink. Negroni is my perfect mix of a little citrus, a little tart, a little bitter, a little sweet, a little just really good balance to everything. It's all about the I don't like things that are too cloying or too one note or too just kind of. I used to drink really powerful IPAs when I first moved to Portland, super loaded up on the IBUs, 100 IBU or so, and it's just it they call them palate wreckers for a reason, and I sort of mellowed out on that. So now I'm just kind of nice and more easygoing, but just really particular. Yeah. So yeah, all of that sounds super whatever. Okay, perfectly done steak and a Negroni. Yeah, I'm not high maintenance.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What is the most rewarding part of being the Bussy Boss?
Oh my God, hearing you call me Bussy Boss.
I'll call you Bussy Boss all night long.
Yeah, you will. rolls off the tongue.
Mhm.
And it's fun and it's funny and it's all like, what? Oh, okay. But I love being a source of inspiration and authority for people around this, you know, kind of increasingly popular but still sort of mysterious kind of
Yeah.
activity, you know. So yeah, I love being a resource. I love being somebody that somebody people can come to and relate to and feel like they can ask questions and stuff like that. And you know,
And please stay tuned to the Butthole Show that we did last week. That was fun. That was really fun. We really got in there, didn't we?
yeah, we really got up in there.
That's up on Spotify. It'll be up. It'll be up very soon. We're gonna wind it down. And so, but what would you like to promote? Talk about? There are some questions. You do puppy play though, right?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah, you do puppy play. Okay, so I like to fool around. Oh, is that Miztress Claudia? He's coming in. So I looked up. Oh, there she is. So with puppy play, it says, according to AI, it says that there are a couple different styles. There's the non-sexual puppy play, right? I'm bringing this up because I'm asking if you agree with this or not, right? So there's the non-sexual puppy play. There's the sexual submissive puppy play. It involves stronger power exchange. The pup is submissive to the handler. Is that always true? Is the pup always submissive to the handler in play? In your play?
Yeah, I would say so. I can't really think of any paradigms where the sub is not. I mean, they can be bratty and independent and so on. They're not necessarily like, at heel all the time, but definitely with a handler, the handler is the ultimate authority. Yeah.
Okay, and then you got show dog discipline puppy play. This is where I want to talk to Miztress Claudia about, because we're talking about the differences between training a human being pup and a real pup, right? So the show dog discipline puppy play, according to AI, focuses on more structured, performance-oriented dynamic, and it appeals to high protocol BDSM and structured training scenarios. Is this something you agree with? Either of you?
I think that's more like, I would never in a million years incorporate any. I don't. If other people do, that's great. I don't do anything sexual per se in my sessions, but as far as like with puppy play or with any type of animal play, I'm such an animal lover that I would never in a million years incorporate anything that has sexual connotations. Earlier when I was saying, training, I have people that literally come to me and want to be treated like a real horse. They want to be treated like a real dog. They don't want to be restrained. They want to be actually like, they want to be the dog. They want to be an actual horse. So I think that's more of what this type of play is, where you're actually just basically like how you would train a dog or another animal. You would, as the animal, you would this person. Basically they're in their kink. They are the animal. So
Your thoughts, Anna?
Yeah, I've seen like gay male gatherings where pups are definitely in, there was a sexual element to the pup play, and with the handler kind of, where they were a pup, but also like it was kind of like a hybrid human, sort of anthropomorphized pup human hybrid kind of thing. Yeah, I agree with you, Claudia, where like when I do puppy play, it's purely, that kind of just primal puppy training, basic like you would with an animal, and that kind of thing. But I know that there, yeah, depending on the dynamic, and I think also too, if you have like, if it's like a a couple, if they're partners, if they're actually like, you know, lifestyle partners or something where they're, you know, boyfriend and boyfriend or husband, you know, whatever, something like that, where they are in a sexual relationship already. I've seen that where it's like, it's just kind of part of an extension of, you know, of their energy together. But yeah, I think for maybe male female dynamics, femdom, you know, male sub, I don't really see femdoms doing like sexual play with their puppies. The show puppy thing, yeah, that's a much more specialized, like if you're going to do like, you know, pet play awards, that kind of thing, that's a very like, you know, then you're teaching, yeah, you're teaching tricks and presentation and so on and so forth. It's not just like a, you know, exploring your, well, I mean, it is, I guess, part of your exploring your primal thing, but that's kind of more of a display submissive, if that makes any sense, or submissive displays.
According
Or
to AI, it
hypercall.
says the primal and instinctual puppy play. It centers on tapping into the primal instincts, mimicking
Yeah.
raw animalistic behaviors, and rough play like wrestlings, biting within limits, and stuff like that. Then
Yeah.
there's also the house play, central puppy play. When you do puppy play, do you treat them like house puppies or house kittens?
Yeah, you know, I treat them like, you know, I treat them like, yeah, like a fairly new to me animal, you know, just teaching them, training them, doing little, you know, doing a little tug of war, having them heel, you know, all the simple, you know, all the simple puppy training things, and uh, you know, teaching, you know, just good dog, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, it's not, it's very, when I play with puppies, it's kind of more, you know, it's innocent, it's primal, it's pure, it's playful and loving and friendly, and you know, just like I would be with like a, you know, a real animal. So yeah,
Do you name your puppies?
I do. Yeah.
You do. What are some of the
Uh-huh.
names for your favorite puppies?
One was Crackers.
Oh,
And yeah, Crackers, and he had his little, you know, his little collar and his tags with his, you know, got it at the pet store all laser engraved with his name and all that good stuff. It was really cute. Um, and my pony was named Trigger. And so I like, you know, I like kind of classic, like sort of 1950s, I guess, sounding sort of names. Like, you know, I have not had a Rover or a Fido or a Spot or something. I do like some, you know, names that are a little bit more individual. But, you know, it's like, think of like what a kid would name a dog, you know, just really like classic, like, oh, you hear it and you're like, yeah, that must be a pet, you know, that kind of name.
what about you, Miztress Claudia? See, now, yeah, like you're a little different because I mean, your history and your love of animals and stuff like that, it changes the dynamic, right? Do you name your puppies differently? Like your, you know, your BDSM puppies differently? Do you name them, or do they come to you with a name?
Either they come to me with the name, but I, just being honest, like I haven't named that I remember any of them. As a matter of fact, in the past year, I think I've only had one puppy session and one pony play session in the past year, where maybe 10 years ago, I feel like it was more common.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't had many sessions that were any type of pet play lately. I think like I said, in the past year, I can just remember two.
It's now that you bring that up, I don't really hear much of my friends who are, all my friends are dominatrixes. Like, I don't hear them talking really about it as much as they were either.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I would like to say though, all right, so I'm writing this script about Mischief Manor, stuff like that, and one of the key parties was the puppy play party. It was wild. It was so there was a, you know, Mistress Claudia, you know, there are certain type of people, a certain energy you get from animal lovers. You know what I mean? You could kind of see their light, right? Imagine that energy at a sex party, at a BDSM party. You know what I mean? It literally wasn't, they were jumping all around. So I can't believe how agile. There's something people jumping all around, and like in the pit, and they're training them and doing tricks and stuff like that. There was a sense. It was weird. Out of all the other fetishes and all the other kinks, a sense of family kind of came from it, because maybe it's because of like the family dog and the family pet. I don't know. I just thought that was really cool. Shout out to Mistress Manor. Stan Vladimir asks, do you prefer puppy play more than kitten and pony play? Anna Valentina, do you prefer puppy play more than kitten or pony play? If you're
More
choose
than
out of the
kitten and
three.
pony? Oh gosh, that's hard. Well, in a sense, it's hard to choose, but in a sense, yes, it does offer more. Like with ponies, you have to have a little more floor space, to kind of like ride them around and that kind of thing. It's not bigger animals. Puppies, you can be a little bit more like, they can like rest their head in your lap, and you can have cuddle time, and you can do little toys, and or just even just like have them like kind of practice trotting. You can work in a smaller space sometimes. There's just a lot more play. I guess there's just a lot. What comes to my mind naturally to do with puppies is is more of that like interactive, building the bond and social activities and stuff like that. And puppies are just kind of more like that, I guess. And in real life, I love cats. I'm a total cat person. I love animals in general, but like, it's just different energy. Also too, like there's something to be said about, cats are not really, they might be good kitties and they might want to please you, but they're not there to be obedient, It's not quite the same thing. It's like, oh, okay, naughty kitty.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I always think like, cat, it's their house and you're living in it.
Yeah,
you're
pretty
guest
much.
in their world. What about you, Mistress Claudia? If you're gonna take puppy play, kitten play, or pony play, do you have a preference?
I'm a pony play person.
Yeah.
I love pony play. I love the whole, just the gear. I love the person to be changed into a pony. I mean, it's hard because I do have the space, but it's not an appropriate space per se, like I actually have a horse ranch, and I've toyed with the
Lucky.
idea. I would love to, have like a, some type of gathering with, ponies and mistresses and carts and going for cart rides. And it's very,
Yeah.
it would be so much fun. But then, I think I've become very soft as far as when it comes to, I don't know. I guess I have a moral dilemma lately of exploiting. I feel like it's exploiting, like I wouldn't want to be having a bunch of people that were now my ponies, and we're all, going for a joyride with our carts, and then, we come across kids getting off a school bus or something like that. I don't know. I've become kind of like
I know what you mean.
private hermit. Like I
Yeah.
know that other people are very open to share, whatever they're into. But for me, I'm starting to become more, aware of, I don't want to
It's also
push.
just respectful. It's also just a respectful, decency thing,
Yeah.
I don't know. But
And I don't want to
I
like.
love
I don't want any of this. I don't want any of this to be like shown to children or shown to
Right.
like into people who. This is something you find, right? Like the kink community is something, should be something you really seek out.
Yeah.
This lifestyle is hard to live, so it's hard to find. It's like Anyway, so I have a question. Well, first of all, you owning a ranch, Miss Claudia,
That's so awesome.
why don't you do this? Just set up a camera, and all you literally have to do is just clean the stalls,
Oh
and
my
people will start texting, and you just set up a live camera, and people will start text. Look, if you do that, I bet horse stuff is expensive, right? Saddles, bridles, riding gear, crops, all that stuff. You can get sponsors. Seriously, start talking horse talk. The dominatrix who loves horses. That's powerful. That is not only a powerful, it's like a majestic type
But
of
the
character trait.
the thing is when you're doing all of that work, it's not glamorous. You know,
I know that's the point.
Today is 115 degrees. I
Yeah.
am not going to be outside wearing a latex dress.
No, wear what you wear. Wear what you wear.
But I mean, all of that would be fun. I truly wish that I could actually find legitimate, true slaves that will do manual labor for me, because I have plenty of it.
All right, you heard her.
Yep.
Arizona's got work for you. There's no money, and you'll probably get beaten. So,
and you can even live in a stall or a dog kennel.
Yes. Come on. And who says there aren't job opportunities out there?
Hey man, you know, we hear for every single time, like how many times have you heard, oh, I would do anything for you, mistress. I would do anything for you, goddess. I'll do anything to please you. I'll do, just blah, 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 blah. Okay. All right.
And then what do they say? Oh yeah, you could sit on my face anytime. And, oh, I can't wait. Oh, I just want to suck your toes all day. Oh, blah, blah, blah. It's like, that isn't what I would ask for. That isn't what I would demand. I want you to do manual labor. I don't need to sit on your face. Thank you.
Save me money on taxes,
Seriously. Oh my God, right? It's like, that's a quote right there. Like, I need you to do manual labor. I don't need to sit on your face.
Yeah.
But seriously, I bet you for every one of us that are interviewed on all these phony baloney, I want to be your slave, I want to be this. I had one person who wanted to be my slave for years. And so he was a service slave. So we like to clean and whatever and blah. Would you know, he was cleaning my dungeon, and when he was done, I said, all right, bye. He goes, wait a minute. I don't get to rub your feet. I don't get to worship your feet. I go, no, you get to leave. Goodbye. I didn't, but so, and that's the other thing. If you want to be a real slave, what were slaves like? Did they tell their masters what to do? No.
Sometimes they got their tongues cut out.
Yeah.
Tell them shit. So.
Oh, I know, right? It's so hard to get good help these days. But it is.
All right, I've got a question for first of all, Stan Vladimir says, I follow Goddess Manku. She has a kitten rescue right now and is trying to find them a lovely home.
Oh my God.
Shout out Stan. Shout out to Goddess Manku.
Oh my God.
Up, send me the link. I'll put it up on the screen if you can.
Oh my God.
So yeah, let's help out. Manku, Manku, Goddess Manku. She has a rescue right now.
This is going to be very bad for me because I literally was just thinking earlier today, like,
you need a kitten.
I used to foster cats, and I haven't fostered in, I think, probably like a couple of years ago or so since I adopted my cat, and I was like, today I was like, I really miss it, and it's kitten season now, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to get, oh my God, I want all the cats, and I'm like, what am I, how am I going to do that though? I don't have, like my current place is like not really great for, I have too much stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'd have to like get everything off the floor and whatever, or cat proof my place, and I'm like, all right, which of my friends can I sucker into fostering so I can come and visit the endless supply of cats? So now this is just gonna strengthen my resolve. Be like, all right, let me think about who can take on some cats for me to come visit. Hey,
we got
subs out there. You want to foster some cats? I'll come visit you.
All right, we got a final question.
Yeah,
we have a final question. All right, so here at Your Kinky Friends, there's a lot of sex toys, right? Oh, and I have to say, wow. Hold on, where is this thing? If I can find this. I have to plug this. Holy moly. You can get 25%, 15% off. 15 15% off all inventory locked in lust with YKF. Buy one of these. Holy moly.
What is it?
These are fun. This is the crotch rocket. So basically it's so I play with Chastity. We have Chastity play. So basically I was locked up all week, right? I vacuumed, cleaned the bathroom, cooked meals, rubbed her feet every single night. This comes in the mail. I'm supposed to be unlocked. No, this comes in the mail. This comes in the mail. So, yeah, you need a dildo. It doesn't come with one, and it's the crotch rocket. It's basically a strap-on harness, but it has a. It's made for men who are wearing chastity devices, so they
cool.
can have So in other words, a woman can ride him and say, "I don't need you anymore because I can keep your cock locked up, and I can just fucking do anything I want to your body, and I can squirt all over you all night long."
I love it.
Nothing. So
I love it. I love that.
That's good times.
Yes. That's a great thing is when, it's all like, oh God, I'd love if you sat on my face, or I'd love if you sat on my cock, or whatever. It was like, all, dude, like, if I had a lover and they were like, oh, I will offer my body to you, that's what I would do. I'd be like, oh, of course, yeah, I'd love that. And just like, you can't feel a shit thing, man. You can't feel anything, and I just use you, and just like, all right, man, and that's, hey, we talked about we talked last week about refocusing the orgasmic response.
Yes.
Well, hey, let's see if you can come from me sitting on your cock sheet. Like, where it's, just the pressure of my body should be enough for you. Yes, that's right.
So I found this sex toy, and I want to show you something. And I want to ask you what you think it is, and you probably know it. You've probably seen it, and what you would do with it.
That's a donut.
I thought it was a donut.
That's a donut. It's like a snack cake. Okay. Well, that's gotta be like a silicone cock ring.
Yes, it's a cock ring. I mean, it's thick, it's squishy, but it's not too squishy. But it's kind of bright. See, I guess my cock's so big it broke something. But
yeah,
yeah,
that's an interesting shape.
What do you do with this? What would you do with this?
What would I do with it?
Or if you had a sub and they had it or something like that, like can this what whimsical thing could you do with this in a session?
That's interesting. Because of the shape, I feel like I would want to, like, pull it down, pull the cock and balls all the way through so that sits at the base, and then kind of do like a swirly motion, basically kind of lube it up and rotate it and see if the ridges, ruffles have ridges. See if the ridges like do something with the rotational motion. Yeah, that's very much like an expandable orifice looking thing. So,
it looks like it could be like a mouth too. Like, it's all right.
You could. It's a donut monster.
Great. I could start an act as like a ventriloquist with like use sex toys. I was like, hi, how you doing? What's up,
ventriloquism is not fucking weird enough as it is. dude. Okay, so like, what are those like top 5 first date red flags, right? Yeah. Ventriloquism has gotta be at least like number 3, right?
Well, I would say. As opposed to a magician.
Oh my god, worse than magicians. I've met some magicians are fucking no. You know what? I was gonna say no offense, magicians, but you know what I'm talking about. Y'all are fucking weirdos and scumbags. Shisty motherfuckers. Okay, y'all are shisty. I have known some magicians when I was training in LA, and my mentor Stephanie Locke, we went to Magic Castle one night, and she was friends with the dude who was like head of the board or something like that, whatever. But so I hung out with a couple of magicians, including a guy who was, I think, maybe the youngest magician at that time. This is years ago, and he was like the youngest magician to ever, like, be part of the Magic Castle and so on. And they're all, so we're like hanging out above the Magic Castle in like the private apartments that the magicians have when they come to town and they stay in them and stuff. And yeah, guys who are like, and I was kind of, anyway, it was this very interesting, like, it's very sophisticated, because you have to be like really good to be part of the Magic Castle and all that kind of stuff.
Doming a magician though, did you ever dom a magician?
I don't know. Have I ever actually had a magician subclass? I've had brushes with them. I think they tended to be more, when they crossed my paths, they tended to be more tops. So no, I don't think I really did that. But
Claudia's back.
My phone overheated. Sorry.
No worries. We're wrapping up, but before we go, I want to know: have you ever domed a magician?
No.
What said that so right? Confident, with such confidence.
No.
Do you want to, or is that like a hard limit, or is that
like a magician?
A magician, like
No, I mean that would be really cool.
That would be cool. I think.
I've never done that.
I wonder if this, because like I would think that they're always trying to like use smoke and mirrors to trick you. So it's like you would have to work extra hard to like kind of, because being a dominatrix, right? It's a character, it's a role you're playing. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors in that metaphorical way, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, is when I see magicians being kind of all smoke and mirrors, I'm like, I see you. I see what you do.
We got to get a magician on the show. We got to get a magician. If we know any kinky magicians out there, I don't.
I would venture to say, are there magicians who are not kinky? I mean, isn't that kind of you're kinking reality? Magic is just kinking reality, right? Illusionism and stuff.
Penn Jillette of Penn and Teller is like really into bondage. I know that. So
what's that?
Penn Jillette of Penn and Teller.
Oh God. I met them one time when I went to their show, and I quietly Penn Jillette fucking embarrassed me in front of the whole lobby. Because I quietly, no, it's fine. I quietly mentioned to him, I was like, so because Portia Lynn is his mistress. And I was like, oh, I think we have a mutual friend. He goes, oh yeah, you know Portia? And he's like shouted it to the entire lobby. He was like, hey, she knows Portia. And I was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for yelling that.
Oh wow.
See again, Shicey, just like, yeah, it's when you are drawn to a pursuit that deliberately manipulates people's senses of reality. Just saying.
What a show did we have tonight? We had a puppy. We named a puppy Daisy, this magnificent puppy. And please, Miztress Claudia, please send me pictures, because Stan's got to make the banner, and Daisy the puppy is on the banner. Yeah.
Oh,
so
my
that's
God. Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Daisy is now a YKF legend.
Stan, and thanks to Stan. Stan's the one that named her.
Oh, good job, Stan. Daisy the dog.
It's a beautiful episode. We talked about Daisy the Dominatrix is a dog. We talked about abandoned animals in the desert that need our help. Puppy play, kitten play, and magicians. And what do I have? I have a quote here. I need you to do normal labor, not sit on your face. So what a wonderful show. Please,
yes.
Let's go around and please promote yourself. How can people get in touch with you? Support your cause, support everything you do. Anna Valentina, start with you.
All right. I realized that I really need to plug my my phone session line, which is Night Flirt, NIGHT NITEFLIRT.com. And I am Anna Valentina on there. And if you're not already a Night Flirt customer, you'll get 3 free minutes if you sign up and hit me up. And so yeah, you get your first 3 minutes will be free. You call me and you can talk to me and we can talk about all kinds of things. You can have your own private Anna Valentina show. And there you go. And then my website, of course, is annavalentina.com and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah.
Yeah. These are the links. And check out, you've done a bunch of shows with us.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Pretty amazing. The pegging panel. You were on the pegging panel with Mrs. Genevieve. Shout out to Mrs. Genevieve. She's amazing.
Oh, my God. Yes, this is Genevieve. Oh.
And Miztress Claudia, how can we get in touch with you? How can people support you and everything you do?
The best way is just email or text me, but you could go to my website. It's miztressclaudia.com. It's MIZ because the MIS was taken. So that's just the best way to get a hold of me. I don't answer my phone. I will respond to text messages and I will respond to my emails, but yeah, that's about it. I am on Twitter and I'm not really good with social media. I'm so busy, but I am on Twitter. I am on Instagram. I am on Facebook. I'm on all of those platforms.
Claudia, this was Claudia. I think you got it right. The world's falling apart on Twitter. It's or an X or whatever. And you have beautiful dogs, beautiful animals, and you're surrounded by life and love. It's awesome. Stan Vladimir is going to leave us off. Imagine a kinky magician show where you do some abracadabra, and now he has a chastity device. There you go. Go to Locked in Lust, get 15% off with offer code YKF. It's going to be a great week. It's 2025. Everybody, thank you for being alive. Thank you for being here. Seriously. Keep me going. And I love you. I love you. Love you all. Be cool. Be kind. Keep an open mind. Take care, everybody. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's
Day. Happy Father's Day.
You are the father to your own future. I love you. Bye.
Bye.